These are 10 ways you can make narcissists suffer. As human beings, we all share a fundamental need to be seen, heard, and appreciated. These desires are deeply ingrained in our nature, driving us to seek connection and affirmation from those around us. However, this natural longing for validation can take a darker turn when it becomes excessive or all-consuming. What happens when our need for recognition turns into an obsession with ourselves? When we prioritize our own desires to the extent that we're willing to manipulate, deceive, and hurt others just to achieve our goals. These are the defining characteristics of narcissistic behavior, and it's a reality many of us have encountered in our personal or professional lives. Sadly, most people can identify at least one individual who fits this description all too well. Being on the receiving end of a narcissist's manipulative tactics is an experience that leaves deep emotional scars. The pain of being used, disregarded, or emotionally harmed by someone who prioritizes their own needs above all else is profound. If you've ever been in such a situation, you know how difficult it can be to process the feelings of betrayal, frustration, and helplessness that accompany these experiences. Narcissists are skilled at exploiting vulnerabilities and twisting situations to serve their interests, leaving their victims feeling powerless and trapped. But is there a way to take back control and shield yourself from their harmful influence? While it might be tempting to think about ways to make a narcissist suffer as a form of retaliation, it's important to recognize that revenge is never the answer. Revenge often perpetuates a cycle of negativity and ultimately leaves both parties feeling worse. Instead, the focus should be on self-preservation, empowerment, and setting firm boundaries. Protecting yourself from a narcissist requires a strategic and thoughtful approach, rooted in self-respect and emotional resilience. It's not about hurting them back. It's about regaining control of your own well-being and refusing to be a victim of their manipulative tactics. Dealing with a narcissist can be challenging, but there are effective strategies you can employ to navigate these interactions and maintain your peace of mind. These strategies are not about stooping to their level or engaging in a battle of egos. Rather, they are tools to help you establish clear boundaries, protect your emotional health, and create a sense of security in your relationships. By recognizing the patterns of narcissistic behavior and equipping yourself with the right tools, you can take steps to minimize their impact on your life. In the face of narcissistic behavior, empowerment comes from knowledge and preparation. When you understand the tactics they use and the motivations behind their actions, you can respond in ways that protect your emotional and mental well-being. This isn't about confrontation or escalation. It's about safeguarding your own sense of self-worth and ensuring that their behavior doesn't define your experiences or control your emotions. To help you navigate these challenging relationships, here are 10 strategies for effectively dealing with the narcissists in your life. By implementing these techniques, you can create healthier boundaries, reduce their influence, and prioritize your own well-being without resorting to harmful retaliation. One of the most powerful and effective ways to make a narcissist feel deeply uncomfortable is by ignoring them. Narcissists thrive on attention and validation, and their inflated sense of self-importance makes them highly sensitive to any form of disregard. Ignoring them challenges their need to feel significant and in control, which can provoke intense feelings of frustration and anger. This reaction stems from their inability to cope with the idea that they might not be the center of attention or the most important person in the room. By refusing to give them the recognition they crave, you undermine their carefully constructed sense of superiority. Ignoring a narcissist can take both direct and indirect forms, and each can be highly effective in diminishing their influence over you. Directly ignoring them may involve refusing to engage in conversations, not responding to their calls or messages, or deliberately walking away when they seek to provoke or manipulate you. Indirectly ignoring them might include setting boundaries that limit their access to your life, such as avoiding social situations where they are present or maintaining emotional detachment during interactions. Both approaches can help create a sense of distance, which is essential in protecting yourself from their manipulative tendencies. For narcissists, the need for control is paramount, and their sense of self-worth is tied to how much power they can exert over others. When you show no interest in what they have to say or how they feel, you disrupt their sense of dominance and leave them feeling vulnerable and exposed. This loss of control is deeply unsettling for them, as it challenges the foundation of their behavior and forces them to confront their insecurities. The act of ignoring them strips away their perceived authority and serves as a reminder that their actions and words do not hold power over you. By refusing to engage, you not only preserve your own emotional energy, but also send a clear message that their tactics are ineffective. This can leave them feeling disoriented and powerless, two states they find intolerable. The discomfort they experience when ignored is a reflection of their dependence on external validation, and it highlights the fragility of their self-esteem. While ignoring them might not change their behavior, it is an essential strategy for safeguarding your own mental and emotional well-being. Maintaining this approach consistently can help minimize their influence in your life and reinforce your boundaries, ultimately leaving them to grapple with the discomfort of losing the attention and control they so desperately seek. Another effective way to handle a narcissist and undermine their influence is to completely ignore their negative feedback. Narcissists often use criticism as a tool to assert dominance and control, deriving a twisted sense of satisfaction from belittling others. Their sharp words are designed to target your insecurities and erode your self-esteem, as they thrive on the emotional distress they cause. However, refusing to let their criticism affect you not only protects your mental well-being, but also frustrates their efforts to manipulate and demean you. When you remain unbothered by their remarks, it denies them the power they crave over your emotions, which can be a significant blow to their inflated ego. Narcissists are often hypercritical of others because it serves as a distraction from their own insecurities and vulnerabilities. By putting others down, they attempt to elevate themselves and create an illusion of superiority. Their negative feedback is rarely constructive or genuine, and often stems from their deep-seated need to deflect attention away from their flaws. Recognizing this underlying motivation can help you view their criticism in a different light, making it easier to dismiss their hurtful comments as a reflection of their own struggles, rather than a true judgment of your worth. For individuals with a fragile sense of self-worth, it can be particularly challenging to ignore the cutting remarks of a narcissist. Their words may feel personal and deeply wounding, especially if you have a tendency to internalize criticism. However, it is crucial to remember that their feedback says far more about them than it does about you. Their critical behavior is a manifestation of their inner turmoil and a desperate attempt to project their insecurities onto others. By understanding this, you can begin to detach yourself emotionally from their words and refuse to let them define how you see yourself. Ignoring their criticism takes practice, but it is an essential step in breaking free from their control. When you refuse to engage with their negativity or react emotionally, you disrupt their attempts to assert power over you. Instead of internalizing their words, remind yourself that their opinions are rooted in their own vulnerabilities, not in any objective truth about you. This shift in perspective can empower you to rise above their attempts to bring you down and maintain your sense of self-worth. By staying confident and unaffected in the face of their criticism, you not only protect your own mental health, but also highlight the futility of their manipulative tactics, leaving them to grapple with their own insecurities without an outlet to project them onto. Thirdly, if you're an assured and confident person, narcissistic people may shy away from you. They try to compensate for their own flaws by avoiding people who exhibit these qualities and instead make others feel inferior. They look for any chance to disparage someone, revealing their own insecurities and the need to validate their own. One's ability to be manipulated or controlled by others decreases as self-assurance increases. By putting the narcissist on the defensive by questioning their self-assurance or superiority, you will make them angry and make it harder for them to trap you. Fourth, expressing your happiness is the surest way to make a narcissist miserable. Narcissists are extremely self-centered and cannot stand the success of others if it means they will no longer have the spotlight on them. If you are happy with your life, it will show them that they do not matter to you. Never look to a narcissist for comfort or approval. Turn your attention elsewhere, to the people and activities that bring you delight. Narcissists do not care if you are happy or not. In fact, they take delight in your misery. The motivation behind this is a need for ego satisfaction. However, you should not let them dampen your spirits or steal your joy. Fifth, give them nothing. Narcissists are extremely self-centered and will go to any extent to maintain their position at the center of attention. You may feel tempted to give in to their demands and shower them with attention in an effort to reduce the tension, but doing so will just reward their behavior and lead to even greater demands in the future. The most effective approach is to give them nothing and instead concentrate on yourself, ignoring their needs. Because of their short attention spans, narcissists will quickly move on to someone else if they are unable to get what they want from you. Number 6, you should not take whatever they say to heart. Narcissists are characterized by their tendency to put their own wants before those of others, even if doing so causes emotional harm to others. They may intentionally hurt your feelings by saying something cruel to get a rise out of you. However, keep in mind that what they say isn't about you. Rather, they're trying to deal with their own problems by transferring them onto you. Don't let them make you feel bad about yourself for being better than them or change how you view yourself. Let their insults roll off your back and spare them the joy of seeing your reaction. Number 7, dare enough to say no without feeling guilty. Narcissists are exploitative because they enjoy having the upper hand and getting their way. They get what they want by making other people feel guilty about not doing enough to satisfy them. Narcissists will take advantage of others without giving anything in return, which can leave the victims feeling helpless. One way people might safeguard themselves from narcissists is by simply saying no. You should not feel bad about avoiding their traps. Always put yourself first. Narcissists are selfish and don't care about anyone else. Number 8, never apologize for being authentic. People are more likely to feel defensive and feel the need to apologize when they are made to feel inadequate by a narcissist, or when their values or views are challenged. Apologizing, however, merely strengthens the narcissist's position and keeps the humiliation cycle going. This sends the impression that you condone the narcissist's detrimental behavior and are complicit in it. No matter how uncomfortable it may be, one should never apologize for being authentically themselves. Take a stand for oneself and avoid giving the narcissist the delight of making you feel small by disagreeing with them. Everyone, regardless of the narcissist's perspective, deserves respect, love, and kindness, and the approval of the narcissist is useless. Number 9, confront them and call them for their bad actions. Narcissists have an exaggerated opinion of themselves and believe they are better than everyone else. They don't want to hear any criticism, no matter how helpful. For this reason, it's essential to confront them about their harmful actions. It is crucial to set limits and make it clear that their actions will not be tolerated. In order to hold narcissists accountable for their behavior, it is necessary to confront them head-on. This method can help lessen the damage caused by narcissism and inspire more positive behavior. Narcissists are master manipulators, and they're exceptionally good at shifting blame away from themselves. They have a habit of placing the blame for something or someone else on the other person. Calling out a narcissist when they make mistakes or act rudely is an essential part of standing up to them. If you try to be too nice to them, they may become even more rude. This may cause them to avoid situations where their insecurities could be exposed. Number 10. To counter a narcissist's manipulative tactics, always remain true to your own boundaries. Since a narcissist's actions aren't affected by other people's thoughts, it's essential to state your boundaries clearly and firmly. The narcissist may be polite at first, but they may eventually resort to manipulative behavior, such as asking for favors they have no right to or making unreasonable demands. It's crucial not to give in to their manipulations. A simple no or "I apologize, but that is not possible" should suffice. Disengaging from the conversation or leaving the narcissist's company are two effective countermeasures to take if they persist in their advances. Narcissists take tremendous care to maintain their delicate self-esteem by avoiding situations that may generate criticism, challenge their status, or engender feelings of inadequacy. Therefore, they dedicate as much effort to maintaining their reputation as they do to establishing their social standing. To defeat a narcissist, it may be necessary to completely cut ties with them and remove them from your life. Remember, maintaining firm boundaries and resolutely refusing to comply with their requests is crucial to overcoming their manipulative tactics. If you found this video helpful, please let us know by leaving a comment and by liking and subscribing to our channel. Thanks for taking the time to watch this.